Yo, people, welcome back to another episode of the Thfc show. No Henry today, no Henry this evening, but I'm sure you've seen enough of Henry all over your screens the last 24 hours, wearing his suits, holding up Italy flags, wearing Italy flags, wearing shades. It's been a busy like 24 to 48 hours in the Spurs world, man. But we're back, man. We're back. Fuad, what are you saying, man?
All good, bruv. As you say, man, it's been a good turn of the week. You know what I mean? It went from kind of sour grape Sundays to, you know what I mean, motivational Mondays. All of a sudden, it was like, hey, let's see what's going on this week. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, this show went to having a little up-tempo swing. I was like, all right, you know what? Let's get into it. So, bad result on the weekend, but a lot of positive news to kind of discuss and kind of get into and what kind of the future holds, I'm sure. So, yeah, man, we here. Conte way, baby.
Is that what you're rolling with now? Conte way.
Hey, listen. It almost fell into place.
Nuno's way.
Wait, I was like, nah. Hey, relax. Nuno, never. I said it was Nuno. I was like, no.
Let me even zip this up. It's actually kind of cold. Let me not lie. But yeah, it's a new dawn, man. It's a new dawn. Just only yesterday we were doing up Sat Mondays, and it's gone from Sat Monday to Motivational Monday to Motivational Tuesday. Antonio Conte is officially in the building, and he's a Spurs manager. Like, I keep having to say it over and over again because the shit sounds insane. Like, if you had to like, of course, we'll look at you got Pochettino, who went on to be like an amazing manager for us, but in terms of like elite ready-made signings, both player and manager, like, is there a signing that we've made in the past decade that's been as sick as this one?
No, because I always even used to say the Jose one. As much as you and me will disagree on kind of whether he was the right man to come in or not, I thought pound for pound what Jose was, that was kind of the biggest name we've ever attracted on a player level, on a managerial level. I said, this is us punching way above our weight. We shouldn't be getting this level of manager. But then as people can go back and forth with whether Jose's in his prime or not, whether he's in the right situations or not, he's not in the peak of his powers. We'll say that. He's had a 20-year career. You could say the peak of it was some other years, but it's not right now. Conte, whole different situation. This is a man who could easily walk into any team in the world. Any team in the world, literally. And the thing is he's had success everywhere he's gone. And his success is as recent as last year, bro. So when you hear this linked with the club and the move has already fell through once, we've been down this road before. We went here in the summer and he come out afterwards and said, yo, this club don't have the ambition to have me as their manager. They ain't got the sauce. They ain't got the juice to carry me.
Facts.
And then 4 months later, we get rid of Nuno. And I said, I was shocked. I was shocked that we did that because I'm thinking, ain't no way we're getting Conte or anything like that. So that's why I even said, you man who are believing these Conte rumors, you're silly. You're naive. You're falling for this. Any Spurs fan will tell you, we've been down so many roads and been led astray, ran amok, bamboozled. But hey, this was actually true. So the fact that he's here now, inhale it, absorb it. The next 18 months, we see where this goes now.
Honestly, like, I think, of course, Robbie was doing his very best to try and rattle a few cages and try and throw some fucking bombs into the party. But
yeah,
we ain't gonna let him do that, man. We're not gonna let him do that. Like, Antonio Conte is the Spurs boss. Like, I keep saying it. It's mad. It's fucking mental. It's fucking mental. Like, Antonio Conte is the Spurs manager. Like, that is crazy to me. I heard a rumor from Touchline Hotspur that apparently the entire lower tier of the Vitesse game has sold out because obviously it's going to be his first game apparently they get. I'll check this later on because I'm not sure if it's true or not. But apparently it's sold out, and people are asking Spurs to open up the
top tiers,
the top tier, because they don't open it up for Conference League games, because something due to capacity is.
The demand ain't there, bruv. They know.
But it's mad. It just goes to show. Like I literally bought a ticket for that because when did I buy a ticket for that? I bought it last probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
there was still a couple like bare tickets left, and for me to hear that now, like people know, like the boss is coming to town, man. Like this ain't no joke manager. This ain't no manager.
It will have the similar effect when Jose came in, where every press conference, he might say something witty. He's a character as well on the touchline in game. So people are going to want to see this man up live and up close, and especially while it's new, while it's fresh, while that new manager bounce can happen. Chelsea fixture soon as well. Listen, tickets are going to be hot for a minute. That's all I'm saying. Christmas. I hope you lot ain't spent too much already.
Yeah, because I see his run as well. Yeah, let me even just quickly open it up. He's got quite a decent run. So we play Vitesse at home on Thursday. Then we play Everton on Sunday away, but we've actually caught Everton at a good time because they're playing poorly. Results have dipped. They've lost. What is it? They've lost like 3 on the bounce now.
I know they've been hammered the last 2.
Yeah, like Wolves panned the hell out of them in open play the other day.
And then the last game they fucking collapsed the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And then we got Leeds after the international break, then Murray away, then Burnley away, then Brentford away. Then Brentford at home, Norwich at home, Rennes at home.
Up until about mid-December, it should be okay.
So Brighton away is probably looking like the toughest game of all of these fixtures. Like
after that, it gets tricky.
Of course. After that, you get Leicester away, Liverpool at home, West Ham at home in the cup. But before Brighton, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games where realistically you're saying to yourself, like out of these 8 games, Spurs should be looking to pick up points in wins. In at least 6 of them. Let's be real. Leeds at home, they've been one of the worst sides in the league this season. Mura, they didn't even exist. They didn't even exist like a decade ago. Yeah. Brentford at home, I know Brentford are a tough side, but come on, man. At home, Brentford, you should win.
Listen, we ain't really made home a fortress, bro. My thing is, do you think then he can get enough out of this team till then? Like, because he'll have to get Harry Kane bouncing straight away. He'll have to get Ndom firing. Do you think he'll switch to the back 3 first game out?
I think he should. He should switch to what he's sort of like made his own, because a lot of people, and Sai was saying, big up Sai from Touchline Hotspur, he was saying this earlier on as well, like he made the 3 at the back like a comfy formation for people to play in the Premier League. Not to say that he was the first one to bring it in, because other people would have played 3 at the back, etc.
No, but in this kind of like modern era, you would say he's kind of the one that's led the way
in the league. Yeah, 100%. Like in the
everyone's
league,
like 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 before that.
Yeah. Big up Henry as well. Obviously, he's at work, but he says, apologies, I can't be there. Smash the like button, people. The Godfather is here. The Don Dada. But yeah, like looking at that run of games, like it's a good run of fixtures for him to sort of to come into the job, like and get and build up a good start. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with the current crop of players. Sorry, there's some fucking spammers, man.
Put your thing on slow-mo.
Yeah, I was advised not to put the thing on slow mode. 1 sec.
People can't comment enough.
Yeah. Lee was like, don't put it on slow mode, but I might just have to, man, because I hate these fucking spammers, man. They just piss me off. just pissed me off. They're losing it, and it's bots as well, so they're automating this shit. Like, how moist must you be to automate spamming people's channels? Like, you are a shadow, man. Desperate, man. On a Tuesday
I hope
night
he
as well.
comes in straight out of the gate, 3 at the back, either way, man. Because for me, he's someone, as you said, he's made his bread and butter with that. But with this team as well, I feel like we've seen the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-3-3. Our midfield just doesn't have enough creativity, and it's not a matter of it's the personnel simply. They're just not those types of players. I'm sorry, Giovanni Lo Celso is a complete different player when he plays for Argentina. I don't know.
Is he really though? Is he really?
I think he's a little bit more technical and creative when I see him in an Argentina shirt. And I'm
He
like,
looks mid when he plays for Argentina.
When he comes back to Spurs, he is not that guy. So I don't know whether Conte can get that out of him. But other than that, I'm like, Ndombele, unless he can get him firing, I don't see it. This back three, then with a double pivot and the front three is Mora, Son, and Kane. I said it last week. This is what I feel like we need to do moving forward. And I was surprised Nuno didn't even do that earlier, because I'm thinking you had this at Wolves. Essentially, this is what you was making your bread and butter of the last 2 years. But we'll see. I hope he comes in and straight away makes a kind of statement of fuck this, and doesn't do any of that kind of Chelsea where he trialed. I'm gonna try your way. Nah, we've seen these men falter under Nuno, under Poch, under Jose. So many different managers now. Forget that.
Yeah, 100.
And I can't imagine as well. Yeah, that in the time that he rejected the job in the summer, him and Paratici haven't kept in contact since then. So I'm sure he's also kept one eye on the situation.
Yeah, I think on that as well. Like that was the next bit I wanted to talk on as well, because we're gassed, we're happy, we're doing the most. I know I'm doing the most. I've been moving like a lunatic on all socials. I've been posting. I got topless videos of myself on Twitter. I'm doing
that one.
Yeah, like I'm not even thinking about retribution from opposition fans. I'm just celebrating
about that down the road, man.
But like amidst all of the celebrations, like we actually have to talk about the idiocy and lunacy from ENIC, man. Like, this is a manager that you should have gone hell for leather for in the summer. Obviously, Conte in his interview, he was like, at the time when we initially approached him, he wasn't ready, and it was so recent from Inter. And I know he's gonna say that, and he's a man of principle, etc., etc. But bruh, like, we know what happened, man.
That was some PR bullshit, bro.
Exactly, we know what happened. ENIC fumbled the bag. He asked for some assurances. We didn't give him those assurances. He cut. We've gone back in now with our tail between our legs, like the little tarts we are, asking for the same damn man, only giving him what he wants now and giving him those assurances, and he signed the thing.
Bro, 15 million for 18 months. Yeah, you went back with your tail between your legs, bro. You had to pay the price. But guess what? You're paying the premium for a premium manager. That's the only benefit where I'm like, all right, cool. I can at least rest assured with that. For me, the issue becomes now moving forward. You've already shown yourselves to kind of be reactionary and always reacting to your fuck ups previously. But moving forward now, you've got the man in place. You've seen this before where you had the right man in place with Pochettino and you took that for granted. You let him go. You tried to overcompensate with that by getting a big name with Jose. It didn't quite work. Back this, man. There should be no excuses now. These assurances they've given him, I hope Conte at some point comes public with them, because I'm sure Levy would have told him, keep that behind closed doors with us. You know, I promise you 100 mil in Jan or whatever. We'll see. But either way, I'm expecting the next 2 windows. You've got January coming up. You've got summertime coming up as well. I'm expecting big things.
Yeah, same, man. Same. Yeah, they're just even them, like, I just don't want like our foot off their necks, because they've been fucking up for ages and ages, and they'll just dangle a carrot in front of our faces and we chew it. But this ain't even a carrot, man. This is premium steak, man. You ever been to Goodman's? You ever been to Goodman's? You ever been to Zelma Meats? This is premium steak. This ain't even a carrot. This is premium meat. And fam, and when you put premium meat in front of me, I'm gonna eat. Do you get what I'm saying? So, bam, this Conte thing, like, You just got to hope and pray they give him every bit of time, resource, direction, and just total backing. Because if we fuck this up, if they fuck this up, it's on them. Like Nuno was, we'll talk about Nuno more in a second, but Nuno was out of his depth. Jose Mourinho was a fallen giant. Like he was well past his sell by date. But this is an active world-class manager. Like he is firmly in the peak of his powers right now. He's literally just won silverware a couple months back at Inter Milan. Bearing in mind they hadn't won the Scudetto for like close to like a decade.
Bruv, yeah.
So this guy did it at Chelsea after Chelsea finished 10th. He is now in England again. He has a proven track record everywhere he goes. If it doesn't work out, we know that the blame has to lie firmly with the board.
Yeah. There's no hiding place.
There's no high. If this doesn't work out, like at this point, like they should already be thinking about selling up. Like in my opinion, irrespective of this content,
100%.
they should already be thinking about selling up because they're not good owners anymore. But if this fucks up, accelerate those plans.
Facts.
Accelerate those damn plans.
Facts, bro. Facts. Because for me, it just doesn't make sense when you're almost looking a gift horse in the mouth, I feel like. As I said before, he should not even be considering the Tottenham job, in my opinion. He should be looking at it like, I've seen the way you fucked over previous managers. I've seen the way you didn't fully back Jose. I've seen the financial restraints at this club. I've seen the squad as well. You're not in the Champions League and you're nowhere near it. Why should I take this job? So for me, even the appeal for him to take it, I was a bit like, all right, cool. Now you've got him in place. For me, I said there's so much deadwood at this club, so much mediocre players, so much average players. Now there's going to be some, I'm sure, that raise their levels because that's what Conte does. I'm not going to lie to you.
100.
He's a great man manager and he's a great motivator. Some of these guys who've been underperforming the last year, 2 years, or whatever, they will probably step up and have a purple patch and he will probably keep them around. But there are deadwood within that. Get rid of that. I hope he knows who the deadwood is. It's clear by now.
Yeah.
I hope they don't get those clean slates and I hope they're gone. For me, January is so important. And someone said it in the comments as well. I think Paratici's relationship is going to be so important between kind of Levy and Conte as well. What he does as well and his role within over what happens over the next 18 months as well is going to be important. Because you got to remember, they built together what Juve are. What Juve are today, they built the foundations for that.
Yeah.
And when he took over Juve, they were what, 7th? They were way off where they were.
Yeah, they were 7th. And then they won the Scudetto in his first season.
And that's what he always does. He has that impact almost within 18 months. You always see it. That's why I'm not even worried about the 18-month contract. You've seen Tuchel get it. I've seen other managers get these short-term deals. And by the summer, Pochettino had it. By the summer, it usually gets renewed when they're performing. So if by the end of this season, Conte has a top 6 finish and he's, I don't know, bagged the Conference League, let's say, why would he not extend? Especially if he's going to be backed over the next 2 windows, which is what I feel will be the key judgment points for him. Because the summer will be what he gears up next season with, and January is kind of what his intro and welcome to the team will be.
100.
So it'll be interesting for me. The next 2 windows, boy.
Yeah.
Watching this ball.
We'll learn we'll learn a lot, especially January. We'll learn a lot because this squad needs immediate injection of quality in January. I think he knows that as well. People in the comments saying I was moving sus with that premium meat comment. Fam, people need to get your flipping heads out the gutter, man. Come on, man. Not every time do you hear meat does it have to be associated with that, man. Come on, honestly, it's ridiculous. Big up Jay Letitia as well with the super chat. If United sack Ole, could they steal Conte from us? Absolutely not, man. What the hell? He just signed an 18-month deal. Conte is not the type of manager to just jump shit from one team to another. If he leaves, he's leaving because you've broken some sort of trust or broken some sort of part of the deal that he's agreed with you as well. He's not just gonna just up and leave now, man. Like I feel like Conte's a man of principle. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't a scumbag. So I can't see that happening. Just going through some more comments as well. AC says, I think the duo of Kane and Son is going to be 10 times more dangerous than ever before because Conte worked well with Lautaro and Lukaku. This is a massive upgrade if you deep it. Yes, it is. But let's see how it works, man. The 3-5 could suit us.
With the back three, yeah. You see how I said you can have the front line of Kane, Son, and Mora. You can easily turn it to a front two of Kane and Son, and then drop Mora, bring in a Skip or an Endom, and then you can almost make it a 3-man midfield. There's so many ways he can flip that already. I just hope that we see it straight away, man.
100%. And this is so sustainable shooting. I think this relates to what you were mentioning about Paratici. Paratici is key in this now for the Conte and Levy relationship. Yeah, he is, and we just got to hope and pray that he works with Conte to bring in the right players. And you know what? I don't usually feel comfortable in just relinquishing total strategy of the club to. Of course, I don't have a say. Do you get what I'm saying? But like normally, when the club are linked to this player and that player, I'm always gonna give my 2 pence.
Yeah.
But with Antonio Conte, you know what? I'm gonna be more trusting. Like I'm with this guy because this is a guy that's literally doing it. Like Jose Mourinho used to be able to talk, and I'm not trying to like just constantly dig him out because I'll say the same thing, Nuno. Jose used to be able to talk the talk and walk the walk. Now he talks the talk, but he can't really walk the walk because he doesn't really manage with a modern lens. Yeah. Nuno didn't really talk the talk, but he couldn't even walk the walk either because he's not a manager cut out for this level for the type of football we want to play. Antonio Conte talks the talk and he walks the walk. So if he says, this is what I want, this is my direction, this is my vision, and this is the player that's gonna implement that vision for me, I'll still give him that 2 pence, but I'm gonna be like, yo, if that's what you want, you my mans, have that. Have that. I'm gonna be more open-minded. Even if that means taking an Adama Traore. I will be more open-minded. And you know how much I was against that Adama Traore signing for Spurs.
Listen. Wing back row. Hey, that might have to run, you know.
Bro, but yeah, like I think with him, he just commands so much authority. And
I think the targets that we were linked with in the summer anyway, with Paratici when he first came in, I think we were kind of pretty much, that was the start of the show. And I remember we were pretty much happy with all the targets we were linked with, even Tomiyasu before Emerson. Like a lot of the players who've come in, Romero, we weren't too displeased with. Like, so I can't see any issue with Paratici or Conte, kind of how their link up is going to work. I just think it can only work well. The key thing is now they need the finances to actually work the magic they've done before at Juve, because this squad is in need of overhaul, bro. This squad is starving for refreshing. And I feel like I said to you, we've got like maybe 4 or 5 pieces in this starting 11 where I think they're cornerstones. You can build on them. The future of Harry Kane, I think that will get resolved soon as well. I think whether it's Conte says, listen, are you down, to ride for the team or shall I move you on type of thing, that will get sorted very, very soon, I think, as well. And that will kind of have a big say-so in how much of an overhaul this team has as well.
Yeah.
But what do you think of that as well? Like the Kane and Conte situation?
Listen, if anyone can convince him to stay, it's Conte, innit? Like that's a big pull, that's a big get. But at the end of the day, Harry Kane wants to do what's best for Harry Kane, and he wants to play Champions League football. He wants to win trophies, etc., etc. We have a manager who can, with the right funding and the right platform, he can win trophies, he can win silverware, and he can get this team back into the Champions League. It's just going to take a little bit longer. So it's up to Harry Kane. I still believe that he wants to leave Spurs. I still think he wants to leave Spurs, but I honestly think because the way he's played so far this season, he might have reduced his options to leave. And you never know. Like Conte could speak to him and say, you know what, stick around. I'm here now. It's different before. I'm here now. I'm a different type of manager, and I bring X amount of experience, quality, and know-how with me. Like I can lead us to a title, and I want you to be the key figure in that. And Kane could stay. So in all honesty, I'm a bit 50-50 on this one. I don't know whether he wants to leave for real. I don't know whether he's gonna be twanged to stay, but I know for a fact like he will be excited every day of the week to work with Antonio Conte. So that's got to surely play a part.
That's what I think. I think Conte will maximize his time while he's here, but then that summer, as you say, will be very important. But I think his options are limited anyway, bro. Like, who is actually going to pay over 100 mil, let's say, next summer for Harry Kane? How many teams, even if they had the funds? I don't think he'll be at the top of many teams' kind of target list. And once he's kind of, let's say, forced to stay another summer, it's either basically you continue playing under Conte and renew a deal, or you walk away on a free the year after, where you can kind of then go ring chasing, if you like. But I don't know. For me, I think Conte is kind of a serious opportunity to like a player who's started the season slow, a player whose head is not in the right space, the ultimate man manager, the ultimate motivator. You've seen what Conte can do when he got a hold of Lukaku, when he got him from Man United. He was a shell of himself, bruv. A year and a half later, people are talking about, yo, this guy's downloaded a whole new package. He's a whole new player. And it's like, yo, that's what Conte can do. It's the Conte effect, bruv. So for me, I'm looking forward to seeing how early he can have an impact with Kane. I don't even think Kane is that far away. He could, within 2 games, all of a sudden we could see Kane all of a sudden banging it back in. And it's like, oh, shit, yeah, he was there always. It just needed the right man to motivate.
Yeah. Honestly, I agree with everything.
When you've got a manager like Nuno, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You're coming back from a mad summer of disappointment, losing in the final. The manager you like, Jose, walks away, and all of a sudden you got his little brother without charisma here. Say less. I'm not motivated to play for that.
Big up, Mark Dorset as well. This is Sai. He commented. This is Sai's uncle. Says he wants to come on the show. I mean, yeah. Well, we're not going to be on here for long today, but you can definitely. We'll put you on the waiting list for the next one, innit? So just give us a DM in it, and yeah, you're always welcome to hop on. He says, Conte, I'll be surprised if he keeps underperforming players. And yeah, that's another one. If Kane ain't getting with the program, Conte will crib him.
Facts.
I think I've been the one that's saying that, like, I think Harry Kane deserves to be dropped, but who do we drop him for? Like, I don't think we're in a position where we can drop him. But in all honesty, I don't think Conte will care for that. And in all honesty, I think Conte is leaps and bounds ahead of Nuno. And if anyone can cope without big stars and stuff like that, and find a way to adapt to the situation, it's him. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anyway, we're talking about the man who got hired, but let's talk more about the man who got fired and sort of delve deeper into that game on the Saturday as well. Like with Nuno Espirito Santo, like nice guy, not a bad manager at all by any stretch of the imagination. Nuno Espirito Santo is not a bad manager. I repeat, Nuno Espirito Santo is not a bad manager. And when you look at the circumstances that he had to work with, a misfiring Harry Kane, an Ndombele who wanted to leave at the start of the season, Romero who wasn't able to play a Premier League game up until like the 2nd or 3rd game of the season, only getting in and right back on deadline day, having a couple injuries, etc., etc. He didn't have it easy in terms of the circumstances that he came into. So I felt that like his man management of certain situations, I felt like that was commendable. And I felt like the tweaks and improvements that he made in our defensive shape, out of possession, and our pressing patterns out of possession as well, I felt like that actually improved as well. So I wanted to start off by saying thank you to Nuno for trying to fix those areas. But that being said, R.I.P. Claude, it was time to go. To go, bro.
Yeah.
he had to go. He was never the man for the job. And I think most Spurs fans knew that, but wanted to give him an opportunity to prove himself. But he was never the man for the job.
He was wrong man, wrong place, bro.
Yeah.
Wrong time. It's just the facts of the matter. Like I think for any other club, I said if he went to Everton before Benitez, if he went to Palace before Vieira, he would have probably got more time. He would have probably been able to put maybe more of his identity on the team. I was like, nah, for what we need at the minute, I don't know if he's going to be that guy to come in. And I said to you before in the stream we did on your channel as well, like I can't name you one area of the team that's actually improved. Yeah, you could say maybe some small areas in our defense
I think defense
structure. But I don't know. I still think under Jose, we looked defensively solid at times. But the problem was we couldn't create, we couldn't get out, we couldn't impose ourselves on teams. And we still had a lot of the same issues this time. Except this time, as you say, you had a lot of individual issues with players, whether it's Kane off form and things like that. But then I didn't feel like there was any players that he really improved or were actually performing better than they were last year. I don't know. So for me, it was just I couldn't see any fingerprint of any improvements of what his 4 months was here, essentially. And then you look at his record, it was 17 games? He'd lost 7 of them, half of them in the Premier League. He lost more than 3 conceded more than 3 goals in 3 of them.
4 of them.
4 of them. So it's like, I mean, how many times can you take a coating as well this early? It's one thing for the players to look like they're downing tools maybe like a year and a half into your reign, but this early, it seemed like the players weren't even kind of buying into what he was selling, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It just seemed all wrong for everybody on every level, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
100%.
It is what it is. And the game is the game. It's ruthless, bruv. For once, I'm actually with this ruthless shit. Because I usually like to stick with a coach. I don't like chaos and change. But if you're telling me we've got a ready-made replacement in a world-class coach like Conte, brother, get the chopping board out and chop heads off, please.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Because I remember when we discussed this, I think both of our consensus, the general consensus from both of us was he's not the right man for the job. Shouldn't have got the job in the first place. You've got him now. Conte is seemingly off the table. You're gonna have to stick with him until results look as if they're going to take a slide. And I felt like that was us trying to be diplomatic. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, give this man a chance, etc., etc. But like this comment from Rummy here, he says the crazy thing is that Nuno's record at Tottenham would be a great record at many other clubs. He wasn't a bad manager, just not ready for expectations. I actually disagree. And the reason why I disagree is because he may have not been a bad manager, but he wasn't a good one either. Like, we have to look at the underlying metrics. Like, look at that, using that Man United game as an example. Yeah, 9 shots attempted, 0 on target in 90 minutes. Yeah. Making dumb decisions like starting Lo Celso and Ben Davies out of nowhere. Ben Davies got killed, murdered to death by Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Taking off the most threatening attacker for Steven Bergwijn, and then claiming that you only did it because you wanted more of a 1v1 threat from Bergwijn, even though Lucas Moura is the best dribbler at the club. It didn't make any sense to me. And then when you looked at his underlying metrics, Spurs, yes, we may have got some points, but we were outperforming. We were underperforming based on the positions that we were in. Jamie Carragher broke it down perfectly on Sky Sports. In terms of goals in the Premier League, 19th, bro, joint 19th with Wolves, who have just got their striker who's been out for a year and stuff like that.
Norwich, the only team worse.
Norwich are the only team who have scored less than us. If anything, Wolves have scored more than us now. Wolves scored 2 the other day. They scored they scored more than us. XG 17th. Touches in the opposition box 14th. Goals conceded 14th. Expected goals against 14th. The underlying metrics were worrying, and we were saying that even when we were 9 points out of 9. Yes, we're winning games, but this is not looking good. Spurs are not playing well. We're not playing with any rhythm. We're useless in possession. And it's looking like we're going to get a hiding soon if we're not careful, because the patterns are not positive. And then lo and behold, we get pasted by Palace, we get pasted by Chelsea, and then we get pasted by Arsenal. So Nuno Espirito Santo, make no mistake about it, the sack was not cruel. Let's be real, especially when Antonio Conte is coming in. The sack was not cruel. The sack was just... Go on, sorry.
No. I was just saying it's just business.
Yeah. Like Skepta said, I want to say so much, but I know business is business. Simple.
Legendary lines.
N70's fine. But it's the truth, man. Like that Man United team, you saw them tonight. They got bopped by Atalanta for large parts of the game. They got bopped by Atalanta with 5 men down at home. Villarreal bopped them at Old Trafford. Liverpool went there and put 4 past them in one half. Do you get what I'm saying?
They had 1 clean sheet in 21 games, bro. And we decided to hand them a second one and make them look like a competent team. We made Fred and McTom actually look like competent footballers in that central midfield, bro. Like, it was shocking all over.
Yeah.
And then you think outside of like that chance early on with Son and maybe the offside goal, which was a set piece, we didn't really create anything outside of that. We had no shots on target the whole game, bro. And first time, what, 2013, they said.
Yeah, bro. And we know what happened in 2013. The AVB pummeled 5-0. But another comment from Rummy, he says, I think he would work better at a club with less pressure. You said it yourself, Tobes. He's a defensive coach that was forced to try and play entertaining football. It was never going to work at Spurs. And that is where... That is... What's that?
He didn't even try and play entertaining football. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And that's not even like a crux that I'm kind of killing him on either. But it wasn't like his style of football was producing results either. I just felt like he wasn't trying anything at times. It was just like, all right, I'm gonna play the same guys I'm kind of used to, and we'll kind of go out there and try. And it's like passion and work rate is what his kind of ethos was. But I don't know. And you say a club with less pressure, but I don't know. I felt like if ever there was the least pressure at Spurs, it was probably this season, bro. Like this season, your job was just to really top 6 and compete in the cups. But instead, we're 3rd in the Conference League and then 10th. And people will say, yeah, we're 3 points or 5th or 4th or whatever. But if you're actually watching the games and watching the performances, you know at some point this team is going to tail off, car crash and fall off a cliff. And it's going to be like a good long time before we can get a win again.
Yeah.
So before it gets to that point, you've actually got to be ruthless and get rid of the man, bro.
Yeah. And you're right. Like it's annoying giving them praise because they shouldn't have hired him in the first place. He was brought in to do a job he was never going to be able to do. Like he's not a front-footed coach, and we want to see we're asking a man to do what he's not qualified to do. He was out of his depth, and it showed. But like you said, I think it's good that they were able to cut the cord quickly and just rectify the errors and hire Conte. I didn't actually expect that that they'll do it so quick. But do you remember when we spoke about it on the weekend and I told you, bro, after that game, all bets were off. I think after that United game, a flick switched in my head and I said, you have to go. Like all bets are off.
I was like, nah, he's still got till January. I bet you, because I think this board will look to protect themselves and will look to kind of protect. This is the decision we made type of thing. When I'm thinking, bruv, this ain't your decision. This was your 14th choice decision. So don't give me that. But they did it. It is what it is. But
he had to go, man. He had
to go.
After that game,
there
was no hiding place for him. But he had to go. But let's 38 minutes in, we'll probably
but just quickly on that as well, though, because with Conte coming in as well, do you think now that we play better football? Because for me,
100%.
Personally, it doesn't even become about like playing aesthetically pleasing football. As long as we have an identity, bro, as long as we have something that we can call, do you know what? I know Conte knows how to work his way through a game. I know Conte is tactically flexible enough to win us these games. That's what I trust within Conte. I'm not even looking right now to say, I'm looking forward to the Tottenham way returning and we're going to be playing swashbuckling football down the wings. Brother,
we'll be playing
wins. This season, I just want him to come in and stabilize. I couldn't give a shit about playing style. I would just want to find an identity under this manager and to stabilize, bro. It's very simple.
I hear it. But I think he's that good a manager that he's going to do both. And I'm not expecting tiki-taka Pep Guardiola football, but I think he will get us playing way more progressively with the ball. 100%. I think the football will improve. The playing out from the back will improve. I think the defensive shape will improve. I think the work rate will improve. Yeah, we're still a crap side. Let's not beat around the bush. We're still a crap side, so it's not going to be perfect. Conte will lose matches. This squad is poor. Just because Conte comes in does not mean that the squad is all of a sudden an elite squad. Yeah, it's still the same poor squad that Nuno was working with. It's still the same poor squad that Mourinho was working with. Yeah, Conte is not Jesus. He's not going to turn water into wine. He's not going to make Dele Alli turn into fucking Bruno Fernandes, is he? Do you get what I'm saying? He is going to need time, and he's going to need money, and he's going to need patience. But what I'm looking forward to, like you said, is just finally having a club with an identity. We have missed that since Mauricio Pochettino left the club, and I hate mentioning his name, but it's facts. We have missed.
That won't leave, innit?
Bro, it's the truth though. We've missed a team with an identity. Like we've missed it. Like, and I think Conte, this is where he gives you balance. You want to play progressive football, he can give you that. You want to develop plays, he can give you that. You want defensive stability, he can give you this. It may not happen all in one for us right now because, as I said, the squad is not at that stage where it's able to do all of those things to a good level. But he's going to give us something. We're going to see something. You saw it with Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. When he was working with Dodds, you saw that high pressing, intense nature that he had at Dortmund. There are managers who the top class managers always get their ideas across, no matter the players they're working with.
Yeah,
you will always see the idea. The only thing that you won't see maybe is the full extent of that philosophy because the players are hindering the system, and that's where Levy and Karuk will need to come in. So yeah, that's my take on it. Anyway, man, I just want those players be ready because you're gonna get a fire, you're gonna get a rocket up your ass, man. Be ready. Conte is not going to have it with you underperformers, you lousy shit performers. He's not going to have it. You stink out the joint, you're getting cribbed. You stink out the joint, you're getting sold.
And I look forward to it. He says, I would prefer to kill them.
Yeah.
Please, kill them. I said, I want to see them getting slayed in training, bruv. Like, grind for your spot. And then when you play, I want you to die on that pitch, brother. That's all we want. That's all we want. It's basics, bruv. And it should be the normal, bruv. That's how mad it is. But at this club, we've accepted like mediocrity for so long, bruv, and it's almost just become the culture.
Yeah.
But I just hope now that we've brought in someone of an elite mindset, bruv, it can actually have a trickle-down effect, bruv, because it comes from the top. So for me, getting Conte in is step one, bruv. It's only step one. We haven't done anything yet. We haven't won anything yet. We haven't achieved anything yet. 100. But, bruv, it is step one. And it's 100. Important now, bruv, we don't miss these next steps, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can end it there, to be honest. It's been a pretty good session with just the two of us, to be fair. I guess probably a couple more laughs when Henry's here because he normally makes a fool out of himself. But no, but I'm joking, man. Henry adds a lot to this show, man, and he'll be back. We'll be back next week, man. Next week, by next week we would have played Vitesse and we would have played Everton. So we'll be assessing 2 games in with Antonio Conte. 154 of you in the chat. Please do us the usual courtesy. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you continue leaving your comments as well. Our socials are in the description as well. Make sure you follow myself, Fuad, Henry, across all our channels, across all our Instagrams, across all our Twitters. If you want to see the best Antonio Conte prop, literally just follow us on social. Henry and Fuad have been pulling out the stops. I've been working 2 jobs the past 24 hours just to get this prop out. You gonna hear this prop. But yeah, no, honestly, thank you lot for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. And yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back next week. Fuad, before we end it as well, like, have we got anything coming up this weekend? Surely Spurs Eye View. I see the 16-minute clip that got released on the channel the other day.
Hey, that counts as an official episode. Go
It
run
does, it does.
No, I'm
cheating
doing
the crime.
at least, you know. I mean, I'm trying to get jiggy with it.
But what are we expecting a little something now that it's going to be the international break after the weekend?
Do you know what it is? It's I like to save all my good shit for this show. I don't like spilling too much juice elsewhere. But let me see, what's the fixture list looking like? Because, bro, I'll be real with you. I'm not sitting here trying to review and
Everton,
talk
really.
about
Vitesse and Everton.
Vitesse, and then what? Leeds
at home, yeah.
Brilliant. That might be a tasty one. I might come back for that one. Yeah. And then maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Just subscribe, and content comes when it comes, innit?
Yeah. Honestly, you know what's it's bittersweet that, like, I booked Italy when he's actually gonna be in the dugout for the away game to Everton as well. I'm gutted I'm not gonna be there for his first ever Premier League match with us as well. I literally sold my ticket the other day.
Oh yeah, because you going Milan derby, innit?
Yeah. But listen, I watch it there anyway.
Look what Nuno had him doing, bruv. Nuno had like, yo, I'm going cross-continental to watch.
Bruv, I was so content to just watch it in this because Big Steve's been to Milan. He's recommended some sports bar that showed the Premier League games there. So I was just gonna watch it there. But now I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna miss this shit. But it's fine. I just want the win and Conte to get off to the best possible start. But yeah, thank you all for joining. If you're there, so Mark, you're saying you're there on Thursday. I'll be there too. So just give us a shout on Twitter and let me know you're set, and we'll link up. We'll have a chat. But thank you all again for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Take care. Peace out, and up the Spurs. Antonio.